From the top secret Area 51 of the US to the times the Space Observatory received strange signals, all have caused the scientific community to speculate, even confirm about aliens. For us, the Earth is vast and is home to more than 8 billion people. But on the scale of the universe, the blue planet is very small. To better understand the vastness of the universe, let's imagine that the Earth is in the solar system of the Milky Way galaxy, and in the universe, there are trillions of different galaxies. The galaxy containing our Earth alone has about 400 billion stars. If the Milky Way galaxy is the size of Vietnam, then for the solar system containing the Earth, it is less than half the size of a coin, and until now, humans have not been able to fully explore the galaxy where they live. This has prompted a group of scientists around the world to believe that there will be other civilizations in the billions of galaxies in the universe that in the past, many space observatories of international astronomical organizations continuously received strange signals, making many scientists believe that aliens may have visited or are sending greetings to humans. Some astronomers have even published their research concluding that extraterrestrials are watching and want to live with us. The story of the appearance of an extraterrestrial civilization or whether they have visited us has always been a fascinating and controversial topic in the scientific community. Part 1. The mystery of Area 51, where aliens are studied. Area 51 is known by some as the place where aliens live on Earth. It is isolated in the Nevada desert, USA, and the road leading here is even named Extraterrestrial Highway. For those who know this mysterious road, it will lead to a U.S. military base with many unofficial names such as Paradise Ranch, Water Street, Dreamland Tourist Area, Division 3, and especially the name Area 51. Notably, the road is not marked on the map, making it even more attractive to speculations related to aliens. Area 51 is a military base that has long been associated with speculations about people seeing aliens and unidentified flying objects, UFOs. Every year, it attracts tourists from all over the world who come here in the hope of catching a glimpse of the spacecraft of another civilization. But to this day, this area remains a mystery. Some consider it a government conspiracy theory. But in fact, there are some recorded stories based on real events. Before World War II, the sites near Groom Lake, part of Area 51, were used by the U.S. to mine silver and lead. And when the war broke out, the military took over this remote area to research and test nuclear weapons. When the U.S. National Intelligence Agency, CIA, developed spy planes during the Cold War, the organization's director at the time, Richard Bissell, saw the need for a separate base to build and test prototypes from government projects. In 1955, he and Lockheed aircraft designer Kelly Johnson chose a remote airfield near Groom Lake as their headquarters. The U.S. Atomic Energy Commission later added the base to the map and named it the Nevada Test Site, Area 51. But it wasn't until 1989 that the story of aliens in Area 51 began to gain more attention when Robert Lazar, a man, announced on Las Vegas TV that Area 51 was housing and researching alien spacecraft, and his job here was to recreate this technology for U.S. military purposes. The interview inspired about 6,000 people who shared the same passion for exploring UFOs, and they appeared in the desert to search for evidence of the above statement. After the incident, many people questioned whether the U.S. government was creating a conspiracy theory to hide the secrets happening in Area 51. That some details later revealed that at that time, engineers at Area 51 were researching and testing advanced aircraft lines that looked like UFOs that often appeared in science fiction movies related to aliens, but they were not from space. However, during the development and testing of its modern aircraft models, reports from Area 51 announced that there were about 2,850 takeoffs of the A-12 model. But coincidentally, at that time, information from witnesses observing UFOs skyrocketed in the area, exceeding the given number. In a 2011 book about Area 51, journalist Annie Jacobson interviewed her sources. The fuselage was made of titanium. It moved like a bullet and reflected the sun's rays, making anyone think it was an alien spaceship or a UFO. It was not until 2013 that the U.S. government officially acknowledged the existence of Area 51 for the first time, when the CIA declassified secret documents about the development of the U-2 and A-12 aircraft. Previously, locals said that this desert was always where strange things happened, but detailed information was scarce and difficult to verify. On the other hand, some conspiracy theorists believe that the remains of the flying saucer accident in Roswell, USA, in 1947 were brought here for Research.to this day, Area 51 remains an active base, but its mission since 1970 remains a top secret. According to scientists, it will take at least a few more decades until the CIA's declassification of the site is completed and released to the public, which can dispel any doubts about the alien story here. Part 2. The mummy supposedly belongs to aliens in the Atacama Desert in Chile. Archaeologists unearthed a mummy measuring just 15 centimeters tall, with a conical head and exceptionally hard bones for its size. The mummy was later purchased by a Spanish businessman named Ramon Navia Osorio, who commissioned researcher Stephen Greer to take X-rays and CT scans to analyze his skeleton. Greer is the founder of the project to reveal the truth about UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, and advanced power and propulsion systems. The mummy was named Ada, and some scientists claim that it was an alien. The debate over Ada's origins became heated in the scientific community in 2003 when the results of his body analysis showed that he was different from humans. Ada was no bigger than a fetus, but his bones had the characteristics of a 6-year-old child. At that time, researcher Greer provided bone marrow samples to immunologist Gary Nolan, Stanford University, USA, for DNA sequencing. The results showed that Ada's genetic material was that of a human, but Nolan could not explain how such a small human had so many unusual features compared to us that he shared. Once we understood that Ada was a human, the next step was to study further to know what made a human able to have this shape. After working with geneticists and biologists, it was discovered that mutations had occurred in 7 of Ada's genes, all of which were related to human development. Nolan believes that the combination of these mutations caused his severe skeletal abnormalities, and he cites this as a conclusion in his research. According to the study, Ada was probably stillborn or died shortly after birth. For most scientists, it was time to bury the Ada controversy in light of the new analysis. But despite Nolan's research, many scientists still believe that Ada was an alien. Stephen Greer said, "We don't know what this creature is, but it is definitely not human." Some scientists have speculated whether these tiny creatures were cousins of modern humans or simply humans of unusually small size. Geneticist Al-Kharaya, King Faisal Research Center, Saudi Arabia, explained, "All humans, including Ada, can have multiple genetic mutations. But usually, only one of these mutations is a factor causing disease in children. In the case of Ada, having 7 genetic mutations is almost impossible." The story of Ada being a normal human or an alien will remain a mystery. From a humanitarian perspective, scientists agree that people should not trade Ada's body by saying it was an alien for commercial purposes, and at the same time hope that this mummy will be returned to Chile so that Ada can rest in his homeland. Part 3. Strange signals to Earth from time immemorial. Somewhere outside our galaxy, mysterious entities have been emitting radio waves, which only last for a millisecond, and some of them repeat regularly. These may come from fast radio bursts or radio flashes, FRBs, but they have always puzzled scientists. Although most astronomers studying FRBs believe that these signals have natural causes, some of them still hold the view that they are alien technology. The Salt Eye Connections 2023 forum held in New York City, USA. In May, Professor Gary Nolan, who directly analyzed the Ada mummy, said, "Aliens have visited Earth. They have even lived among us for several thousand years." He explained that scientists in his research group had discovered some signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. They not only visited but also coexisted with humans for a long time. Professor Nolan cited an important discovery in the past. That is, in 1977, the search for aliens was almost successful. That time, the Big Ear Radio Telescope, Ohio State University, USA, received a very strong signal. It was 30 times larger than the surrounding signals and was unlike natural radio sources such as quasar, a type of radio signal from exploding stars or from black holes. That in particular, this signal only touched one frequency on the radio spectrum. Astronomer Jerry Emmon decoded this radio signal and discovered that its message was "wow." As soon as the decoded information was released, scientists working for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, agency speculated that the "wow" signal came from an alien technology sent to us. Soon after, many astronomers around the world scanned the universe in the hope of retrieving this signal again. But so far the search has been deadlocked. In 2017, astronomers discovered an object from outside the solar system passing by Earth. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian term meaning messenger. The visitor to the solar system has a shape like a cigar. Notably, it reflects about 10 times more energy than asteroids around Earth. Immediately, space agencies tracked this object and discovered something strange. After moving out of the area around the sun, it suddenly accelerated faster, contrary to the laws of physics related to the orbit of the object. This led astrophysicist Avi Loeb, Harvard University, USA, to conclude that aliens may have created it. He believes that Oumuamua is of artificial origin, and this is a spaceship drifting in space when it is no longer used by an extraterrestrial civilization. At the same time, it uses a device like a sail that takes advantage of energy from the sun to increase speed. Later, Other astronomers argued against his theory and said that Oumuamua is of completely natural origin. The story of extraterrestrial civilizations is still a controversial topic in the scientific community. Astronomers continue to send messages from Earth in the hope that one day we will receive a response from a world on another planet in the vast universe.